Hey guys, welcome to another YouTube channel art Photoshop tutorial. Today we'll be creating this beautiful Cyberpunk themed channel art. I'm going to work from this template. I will leave a link in the description where you can download this template. Also, at the end of the video, I will leave a link to where you can purchase the design I will be creating right now. Okay, so let's start by creating our background layer. Open the layers palette. Let's drag it out here a little bit. Let's draw a shape above the background layer by selecting the rectangle tool. Make sure the rectangle tool is on shape. Then draw the shape to fill the area. Double click the rectangle in the layers palette. In here, you can choose any color you want. But for this tutorial, we're going to choose the color F6EF00 and create a layer above the background layer. Then draw a shape above that goes right down to the first line. Let's group these two layers in a folder so we can have them together. Call that black border. Now I'm going to bring in some futuristic elements. Some shapes that I have on my desktop. File, place embedded. Go to my images folder. Let's bring this layer below the black border. And then we're going to color it. We're going to right click. Go to blending options. Go to color overlay. It's now colored the same black as the border. Then we're going to start creating a nice, simple border that reflects the Cyberpunk theme. It's duplicated by dragging it down to duplicate layer. And kind of drag it over. We can turn it. I'm going to transform, flip horizontal. Let's select these three and place them in a folder. Let's call these shapes. Then we can drag this folder down to the duplicate layer and make another layer of the same shapes. Okay, let's drag it down to the bottom. Let's turn off the guides to see how that looks. So now we have our border. Actually, this one can go down a little bit more. Here we go. Now let's bring in a photo above the background. I have a picture from my gameplay of Cyberpunk 2077. We're going to bring that in for the background. but I want it to be black and white. So let's open the image first. Click the half moon symbol and click black and white. Now we have it black and white. Now we can click those two layers and flatten the image. As you can see, it's turned into a background layer. Now you want to double click it to make it into a draggable layer. Now shift and drag the image. Now we can close this one. Now we can scale that image by going to Edit, Transform, Scale. We'll just scale it down to the size of our canvas. Now we're going to reduce the opacity of the image to blend in with the yellow background. Change the fill. We can mess around with the blending mode. Let's use multiply as our blending mode. So now we want to bring in some text. Select the text tool and make a new layer above the background layer. And click. Want to center the text. Let's look at our guide. Make sure it's in the right area. Can bring it down a little bit. Just turn off the guide. This font is called Swipe Race Demo. I will leave a link in the description so you can download it. Now this layer we're going to color a neon blue. And the color is 09D9F0. Duplicate that layer. And this one we're going to color black. Select the layer, then select the move tool. And you can just inch it up a bit by moving it. We get a nice blue coming from the bottom. Now we're going to create some shapes over here to hold our image. Create a small square or rectangle. And for the square, we're going to create some edges so it looks more futuristic and match up with our border. Select the Add Anchor Point tool. You want to create an anchor point by clicking the edge of the square. Then select the Direct Selection tool. You want to select the edge of the square. Select Shift and move it. Then you want to bring in this point. So now you have a sharp edge. Let's do the same for the next edge over here. And there we go, we have our shape. I'm gonna call this one Picture Box. Let's zoom out. So now we're gonna duplicate this layer. We can Alt, Shift, and drag the layer to duplicate it. Do it again. As you can see, Photoshop creates even spaces between them automatically. These shapes will act as mask for our pictures. Let's start bringing in some pictures. So you want to first click the box that you want to use and go File, Place Embedded. Got our first picture here. Place it. I'm going to drag it over the box. Then hold down Alt and click right between the picture and the box. You see a little symbol comes up that indicates the click. Now you can go ahead and click the picture and resize it. Edit, transform, scale. And just click and drag. So I want to put a subtext underneath the main text. Just click to add another text. Let's change the font to border. I will also leave a link to this font. Let's choose border 4. And let's reduce the text. Let's do about 36. I'm going to right align my text and bring it over to the edge of the Cyberpunk logo. I'm just going to name it Supercars. We can add some backslashes to the text. About 3 to match up with our design. Okay guys, that's looking good so far. Let's add an image over here. It's a background. You want to double click it. Make the layer. Then select the magic wand tool. And select all the yellow parts. I go holding shift. And clicking inside. All the yellow area, and then press backspace to delete. The image has some lines, so those won't be selected, so you want to go through and clean it up. And that's basically how you cut out the image. You can just go ahead and save it as a ping, file, save as, ping. Let's call this cutout 2. Let's bring in the image. And there we go. Let's drag it over here. Make sure it's below all the lines, so you have some overlay. And that's it guys, very easy to create YouTube channel art. For those of you who are interested, I have a template of this design for sale. I will show you now what you get with the template. When you buy and open the template, this is how it will look. The images are very simple to edit. The main image is very easy to replace. It's in a smart object. All you gotta do to edit it is double click the layer. It'll open a new window. And just place your own image. Save and close the window. And bam, the image is there. For the photos on the left, all you gotta do is select the layer that says place image here. And go file place. And the image is already placed inside the box. Let's go ahead and resize. If you want to change the background photo, you can go to the background photo layer. Also double click that, the smart object, and you can place your own image. The template also has several pre-made color options, so you can change the background color pretty easily. If you click on the folder called color options, you can go and turn on each layer as needed and change the color. Makes editing of the template Very easy. If you like this video, guys, make sure to drop me a like or subscribe to the channel. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you in the next one.